My name is Mike Sadler, and I've spent my life with cars. Whether it's sand dunes and drag strips, museums, car shows, even the backyard garage, I'm always on the lookout for speed and shine. Hey, welcome back to Speed and Shine. In today's episode, we're going to head out to our friends at Huffs Auto, where we're going to look at a super fuel efficient vehicle. It is so efficient, it doesn't even take fuel. But first, the Woodward Dream Cruise, 16 miles that stretches from Ferndale to Pontiac. And along the way, there are car shows, car events, there's cruising. It's impossible to see it all, but we sure try. Hey, I'm here at Woodward, my favorite day of the year. We're right here on Woodward and 14 Mile. Thankfully, Mike's Tailor Shop hosted Speed and Shine for us to be out here at his facility, and this is easily the biggest one-day car show, car event that there can be. Earlier it was described as a happening, and you can see it's happening. And this goes on for miles and miles through multiple cities. Kyle, what do we got sitting here?
This is a 1947 Studebaker pickup. It's got a 454 stroker motor, stroked to a 509. It's got an 871 blower. It's got a lot of fun. It does.
Did you build this yourself?
No, it was. It's my dad's car. Him and his brother, my uncle, they've done it mostly over all the years. It's been a small block to a big block to now this. Now it used to be red, now it's black, so it's been through some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a constant evolution truck, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, it is beautiful, and it's great that it's a Studebaker, too,
you don't
right?
see many at all.
How much horsepower do you think this has?
It's pushing 900, about
900
850 all
horsepower.
day, yeah.
Wow, that must really hook up.
Oh, yeah.
So did you take it up and down Woodward yet?
Yeah, we were out early this morning. It gets hot fast.
Does it?
Especially in this stop and go traffic, but yeah, she's here every year. That's the biggest day of the year for us.
So what do you got going on inside?
Inside, you can come over here, open that up there. Well, it's just a 3-speed. Got the tack, the old gauges, everything there. Pretty self-explanatory. Gas tanks in the back.
It's an automatic.
Big old Hoosiers on the back.
You got a fuel cell.
Yep.
How much does that hold?
It's about a 16 gallon, I believe.
And how long does that?
Not long.
Depending
the fuel you want to put in, it takes race fuel, so it depending how much money you want to put in. You want to get back here. This is probably the best part. A little signature. Our last name is Bone, so that's kind of what we refer it off of.
I got you.
Bad to the bone there.
And big bone for your
bone,
plate.
Yep, that's right.
Boy, you got some meats on the back of there. Isn't that something?
And some sticky ones.
What are you using for a rear end, do you know?
It's a Ford 9-inch.
9-inch Ford, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's an awesome truck.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, man.
So what do you think of Woodward?
Oh, I love it. I've been out here since I was 5 or 6 years old every year. I mean, we've been to all the car shows when we were younger, and it's something I grew up on, really.
Paul, what's going on out here today?
Just another Woodward Cruise, hanging out at Al's famous deli. Been here for 20 years. My GTO.
That's your GTO?
Yep.
And did you put the couch here for
we do the couch all the time. Always have the couch.
Cool.
Dad's friend's Corvette. Just hanging out.
Do you come here every year?
Every year? Every year. Never miss it.
So you've been out here like the last 3 days, or just?
We got out here with the couch at 12:30 yesterday.
You've been on it since?
Yep, we've been on it ever since.
Cool. Come here every year from Florida?
Every year. Missed the first cruise. Didn't know it existed. Was up in the area and somebody knew that I was a car enthusiast and said, if you can make it up next year, you might enjoy it. Came up the second year and been coming up here every year since. Didn't come up last year, obviously. And here we are.
So do you drive a car up here, or do you just fly up here? And
No, I fly up here, but one of my buddies who's out cruising right now, about 4 years ago, he said, got to drive in the cruise. So he bought himself a trailer, and he tows up his Corvette. He's out cruising right now. I think he's up at the Pontiac Circle right now. We're waiting for him to come back.
So how long have you been sitting out here today?
We just got out here about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We set up the tent last night. This is our favorite corner.
Is it? Okay. I mean, later today, it'll just be backed up.
Yeah.
Right? So it's amazing. So what's your favorite car?
My all-time favorite car is 63 Corvette, split window.
Of course.
Of course.
Don't see a lot of those out here, but
When I do, they catch my eye.
what's the most surprising? All those years you've been here, what car or something somebody's made that really surprised you?
Wow, there are so many. It's really hard to pick just one. Someone who must be in the ornamental iron business.
The VW.
The VW. That's an amazing car.
The Bug. Yeah,
the Bug.
It is a piece of artwork. I hope we get to see it today. I think I've seen it every year, so that I've been coming. Even last year it was out driving around. What year is it?
1964 and a half.
How long have you owned this?
I've owned it about 20 years, painted it myself in my garage. I'm the only one that's touched this car.
Wow.
It used to be green. It's got a 340 in it, 727 trans, 8 3/4 rear end, 390 gear. Painted it 17 years ago in my garage.
It looks beautiful. Now, are you a body person or auto
No, it's the
restorer by trade?
only car I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is your first and only car you've ever
First
painted?
and only.
I'm telling you, that paint is nice and flat and shiny.
Thank you.
That is-
It's poppy red.
and you must have really wet sanded that and
Oh,
buffed that out
lot
to
of
look
work.
like that. There is no orange peel or anything.
A lot of work.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
So the engine is,
It's 1968 340.
you just have it stock?
It's built a little bit. 30 overs, cam headers, reverse valve body on the trans. And I did the interior, headliner, seats, carpet.
Did it need all that? It was.
Oh yeah, it was a basket case when I bought it.
Now that window's got to be very expensive if you had to replace that.
Somebody's told me it's probably about $2,000 to $3,000.
Wow.
I'm hoping that I'll never have to do that.
Yeah, I was watching a show where they were restoring it, and they took one out and the guy broke it.
Yes, I
and,
saw that same show.
You know, and the other guy was so upset because you know what that cost. They never said, but I always wondered, right? Well, this looks great. So you're the king of the cruise here?
Yes, sir. Every same day, every year, just for one day.
You come up here and get in your chair and hold court.
Absolutely, and you wouldn't believe that it started out so innocent. I just bought the chair, and people kept coming by and saying, "You look like a king on a throne," and we laughed about it, and I probably had 50 people come up and tell me that.
Yeah.
The following year, my brother-in-law gave me a Burger King paper crown to put together
right.
and put that on my head. Then it went crazy. I probably had 10,000 people take my picture. I had people stopping here, taking pictures, holding up traffic. I had people from the other side screaming and yelling to get my attention, saying "Hail to the King" and stuff like that.
I remember seeing you here.
Somebody came over from the Detroit Free Press. The guy took my picture and ran an article, and it was in the Free Press. So I think that established me completely as the king of the cruise, at least for that day.
Yeah.
And so then my wife came up with this little crown.
It's much nicer than a Burger King.
Oh yes, and it's been just an absolute roar. When she's up here, usually we get people stopping all the time. They take our picture. They want to know, where you're the king. Hail to the king. That you get that kind of nonsense.
Every king needs a queen, so you got to get her a crown.
That's right. I do. I got her a tiara to wear.
There you go.
When Hannah makes a claim with America's Preferred Home Warranty, she's able to choose her own licensed contractor for the repairs. But why does that matter? Let's see how it benefits you. First of all, you can choose a licensed contractor you know, or someone who comes highly recommended. Also, you can choose someone available on your schedule. After all, if a repair is urgent, you don't want to be waiting for the warranty company to send someone. You want it done fast. When you choose, you're in control. Your claim is determined using an independent assessment from your licensed contractor. And you can apply your claim payment to the parts and equipment that work best for your needs and budget. Finally, Hannah loves that choosing her own licensed contractor keeps money in her local community, which is a win for everyone. Just remember to always reach out to APHW before starting repairs. It's good to have a choice, and choosing your own licensed contractor with America's Preferred Home Warranty gives you the flexibility and control you deserve.
Hey, Mike Sadler for Speed and Shine. I am at the Woodward Dream Cruise, my favorite day of the year, and I'm standing in front of Mustang Alley. This is a whole row of nothing but Mustangs. Let's go see what we can find.
looking at the Mustang Mach E GT Performance Pack.
Now that's brand new, the Performance Pack one, right?
It is one of the two variants of the GT. So we have the base and this is the Performance Edition.
So what makes this Performance Edition? What parts?
So you're gonna get a larger wheel. You've got the forged aluminum rims, MagnaRide, and a little bit more torque.
Okay, all right.
There's also a track mode, if you will, called Unbridled Extend, which is also special to this edition.
Unbridled, huh?
Yeah.
And what does that do for you?
It gives you a little bit more repeatable performance on the track.
Okay. All right. And what's the range on this?
So this edition is going to get you 260 miles. I believe that's what the EPA has certified it as. But it really depends how you drive it.
If you're in unbridled, you're not going to get that, are you?
Actually, the drive modes don't affect your range that much.
Really?
If at all, yeah.
Wow.
They're very comparable.
All right, can we look at the inside there?
Yes.
Looks pretty roomy in there.
It's got some space. The GT also gets these special seats, a little bit of a bolster on the side.
Right, you got a special screen. Now they don't make these are not vehicles you could tow with or anything, right?
They're not rated for towing, no. But I have seen people get bike racks for the back.
Sure.
So I think there's some aftermarket stuff for that.
Sure, they can handle that. How about, can we look in the back door?
Yeah, do you want to look in the trunk or?
Yeah, let's look at it all. So just like any sport utility, it has all the same features. So the battery is underneath the car.
Correct. Yep. And your charge port is in the upper corner there by the driver's side.
And so when a person gets this, do they have to have something special at their house to charge it with?
Not necessarily. You can plug it into your standard outlets at your house, but it will take 3 or so days to charge it up.
3 days.
It's a slow charge, yeah. But a lot of people will install the 220 volt system, and then that will take it about to 8 hours.
And can they go to those mobile charging stations anywhere and use those too?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Well, it's a fantastic looking car. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
Ted, this looks really fast.
Yeah, it is. It's a NHRA stock eliminator car. You can see by the designation on the windshield that it's a factory stock AA. That is the fastest class with an NHRA stock eliminator. So yeah, it's about as fast as you can go in the stock eliminator class.
And so walk us through the engine, because this is not stock.
No, it basically starts as a 5-liter factory Ford engine, but it's had a lot of internal work done to it. But even with that, it's pretty restrictive because stock eliminator, it's not wide open as far as the parts go. They have specific lists that you have to work from for the parts and the specs, because they're trying to control it and not let the performances just accelerate out of control.
And kind of keep it competitive too.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Right.
It is one of the most competitive classes in the NHRA.
Sure.
So yeah, what we have here is basically a stock-ish Ford 5-liter, what they call a Coyote engine. You'll see it's got the Whipple supercharger on top.
Yep.
This is the 2.9-liter variety. They make smaller, they make larger, but again, within the restrictive confines of the rules, NHRA specifies the exact supercharger that you're allowed to run in this class.
So anybody with the same engine is going to be pretty spec the same as you.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
Exactly.
Right. And you're using a real big cold air intake there.
Yep, that's exactly it. You'll notice there's no air filter on it. We don't want any kind of restrictions for cramming as much air into the supercharger and into the engine as possible.
No air filter at all.
No. Drag strips
that goes against everything you've ever been taught.
Right, but a drag strip is a relatively clean place. There's not too much dirt and dust and stuff. Not too much.
I'm sure you've sucked some bugs through there, and they come out the other
there
side.
There might be a dragonfly or two that's had a rough ride, yeah.
So the horsepower is
With this, it's just over 1,200 horsepower in this configuration.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's from a factory 5-liter or 302 cubic inch engine. I mean, it's a monster.
And you're racing what fuel?
Again, the fuel is a spec fuel for the class, and we run what's called VP C16.
Okay.
And it's about 110 octane fuel.
Now, for a race car, it is beautiful. I mean, the paint job has been, clearly you guys have sanded this out, buffed it, and it's just, I mean, it's basically a show car as well.
Yeah, the paint was done by a longtime friend of ours, Charlie Vickery from Creative Auto Works. He did all of the body work on it, made sure it was just laser straight before he laid the paint on it.
So walk us through some of the safety equipment you have to have in here from the stock.
Well, the very first thing you'll see is this window net right here. And that is there in the event of something terrible happening and the car would roll over and start barrel rolling. This keeps your arms inside the car to keep them from
even if the door comes off.
Yep, and the doors do commonly come off them when they start barrel rolling. So that's the very first thing you'll see. Then you move down and you've got these great big wide 5-point harnesses, and you can see that it's a 3-inch wide belt for the very same reason. I mean, a human being. Yeah, a human being is a heavy thing, and when you subject them to say like 3-5 G's maybe in a rollover event, you need to stay planted, because a driver that isn't bouncing around isn't absorbing the energy of the impact, and it lets the car absorb the energy of the impact. So yeah, that's what these big nasty belts are for.
Complete roll cage. I mean, just complete.
Yeah, this is again a roll cage that's built to the SFI spec, and for the type of car you're running, there's a whole different set of rules to assure that this thing is built to the highest standards in the event of the unfortunate. The last thing, as far as interior safety goes, you see this red button here.
Yep.
That's the panic button. When it all goes wrong and you don't know what to do and you just want to cry, push that button, then go ahead and start crying.
Okay.
And yeah, that kills everything in the car. Turns off all the fuel systems, all the ignition, shuts off the engine, the whole deal.
And you're not using speedo and stuff, you're using that digital display that's probably hooked to a computer back into the pits, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. This display here, it's an AIM digital dash that we got from our friend Joe O at Hyperactive Performance. It ties directly into the ECU through CAN bus communications, and it's nice because CAN bus is only 4 wires. That's all you need for that thing to talk, this dash to talk to the ECU, and it will display anything you want it to display as far as what the engine's doing.
And by the time you get back when there's a problem, they already know what it is.
Yep, that's exactly right. The first thing that happens is they can plug into that computer port over there on the other side, run it right to the laptop, and they'll start questioning you, and you better not lie because they know the answers before they start asking you the questions. So.
Hey Gary, it's great to be back here at Huffs on a warm spring day.
It is nice to see you again.
Yeah, and we have something unique here.
We have a 21 EV Bolt, 5,000 miles.
Wow.
If you're looking to go green, it's total electric, no gasoline, save thousands on fuel.
Well, and that's
from not using fuel.
Good deal right now with the gas prices.
Yep.
So 100% electric.
100% electric.
And so how does a person, if they buy this today, are they going to be able to charge it tonight when they get home?
They can charge it when they get home. Absolutely.
It comes with that?
Comes with a charger.
Well, let's look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Charger's right there.
Charger. This part goes into the. This part goes into the
car.
The car up front.
Yep, and the rest plugs into your home.
And this part plugs right in. So
Yes.
they could be charging the car right there in their garage.
Yep.
How about that? Comes with it.
Drive it all day, charge it all night, or part of the night.
How many miles can this go?
259 miles.
It'd be a great car in the city. You would charge it once a week.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a Premier. It's loaded. It's one of the best they make.
So being electric, is there really something to see under the hood?
Yeah.
Oh,
it does have a motor.
Let's look at that. Wow. That looks futuristic, doesn't it?
Almost like Back to the Future, isn't it?
It does. Got a lot of cables going there. The only thing it's missing is a flux capacitor. No oil to check.
No.
None of those crazy things.
Total electric.
Now, it has power steering, so it must be electric.
Yes.
Electric power steering.
Most of your power steerings are electric nowadays, even on gas cars.
Pretty interesting. So let's look at the inside.
We get a display of the whole car here. It's got the big screen radio. Gives you an idea on how many minutes you have, how many miles you can drive the car. Being a Premier, it's fully loaded, has a nice leather upholstery. Nice layout here, heated steering wheel.
More of that recycled plastic, I think. Yeah.
It's really a cool car.
There it is.
That nice color on that car?
It is. It's a good looking car. It's got nice wheels on it. Got a little chrome.
It'll surprise you how fast that car is. They really get around quickly.
Instant
they're
torque.
real snappy. Instant torque, immediately.
So I had a hard time again parking. How many cars you got on the lot?
We have about 165 right now. We have more coming in every day.
Yeah, so again, if you're looking for a unique vehicle, electric vehicle, Jeep, Ford Bronco, come to Huffs. And if you're looking for something unusual, still
Come here.
Come there, right?
A lot of unusual stuff here.
You'll find it.
We have cool stuff coming in every day.
And so if they want to check out what you have on the lot and they can't drive down here, they can do it online, right?
Yes, they can go to huffautogroup.com and they can check out all our cars online. We have Carfaxes, condition reports. You can fill out an application online. We can do everything online. You can buy your car online and then we can deliver it to your house. It's real easy.
Can't be easier than that.
No.
And I hear that you're shipping a car all the way down to Florida.
Florida, yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes. Yeah.
That's service.
Yeah, that's service.
Yep.
We try.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our day at Woodward. Me and Noah did. We got really sunburned. It was very hot out. And it wasn't until we were driving home that we thought of turning the air conditioning on and putting the top up. And as usual, we filmed way too much footage. So check out our YouTube channel, Speed and Shine TV, and look for the playlist Woodward. You can't edit that?
I might be able to.
We certainly tried. I like that.
We certainly tried.
But we certainly tried. We don't need to know that they're hot and sweaty. I could tell them at the end, though. We could. All right, you ready?